How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. This is the original version of the Zapper light gun. This is the second version. See, Nintendo made two different versions of this because at one point it became not too cool to have gun-shaped things kind of resemble real guns, and so they went with this one. Both versions work with today's game. Today's game is a launch title for the NES. It was actually one of the first two pack-in games for the NES. When the NES rolled out, the deluxe set came with Gyromite and Today's Game. Today's Game has roots in a clay pigeon shooting thing that Nintendo made in somewhere in the 70s, which is also included on Today's Game. And we're going to talk about why it's so difficult to play Today's Game now, and why Today's Game actually seems like it is so addictive and so entrenched in the minds of everyone who grew up with the NES or had the opportunity to circle back to it after it became dead tech. Today, we're going to take a quick look at, and I can't believe I never talked about this. Of all the years I've been doing this, I never talked about this game by itself. Today, we're going to take a quick look at Duck Hunt. Alright, so Duck Hunt, like I said, was one of the first games released here in the States for the NES. It was originally released in Japan in 1984. And it's essentially a shooting gallery game. There's a version that has one duck at a time. There's a version that has two ducks at a time. And then there's that clay pigeon shooting thing where two clay pigeons get fired at a time and you have to shoot them both. And there's not a whole lot to the clay pigeon shooting at all. However, with the ducks, there's a lot more attitude here, a lot more energy here. Whereas there's that dog, there are the ducks that fly around, and the later in the game you go, the harder it is to shoot them down. If you miss the ducks, the dog pops up and laughs at you. If you shoot a duck, the dog pops up and holds up the duck. These types of things. And it's a lot of good, wholesome shooting ducks off your TV fun, right? What a lot of people don't know about Duck Hunt is that there is a kill screen. You get to level 100 or you beat level 99. It circles back to level 0, round 0, and then it glitches out. So you can't really beat it. It glitches out. The ducks glitch all over the place. You can't shoot them. And you miss too many, that's game over. But yeah, man, Duck Hunt is just straight up fun. And it's kind of sad that the tech wasn't able to keep up with the advance of technology, because these games don't work on modern televisions. Light guns were built to kind of function in conjunction with the way that, look at me rhyming, they work in concert with CRT televisions, where you pull the trigger on the light gun, screen goes black for a second and catches, and a square pops up where you're aiming, and that registers a shot. That's why Duck Hunt flashes when you shoot a duck. That's why it flashes. Newer TVs don't register that because of there's the technology on the television and the light gun don't match up. So there have been efforts by by some homebrew enthusiasts to make light guns that will work with plasma TVs that will also play on the NES. And I'm hopeful that that happens, because I would hate that it becomes harder and harder for CRTs to be available to people, and that these games just don't work anymore, you know? But yeah, Duck Hunt is the idea. It's like the ideal, the one of the benchmarks, one of the things that made the NES popular. Because this happened before Mario. It originally rolled out in 1984, a year before Super Mario Brothers. So when it became a pack-in title and was on a dual game pack with Super Mario Brothers, and later a triple game pack with Super Mario and World Class Track Meet, you just couldn't imagine the NES without Duck Hunt being there, you know? Yeah. Now, it's not as popular in Europe. This wasn't a pack-in on European NESs. And I'm sorry, y'all missed out, because this is fun. Also, if you can find an arcade version of Duck Hunt, you can shoot the the dog, and it says, "Shoot the ducks, not me." So there's that. But now, if you decide you want to get yourself a copy of Duck Hunt, you got a way to play it. Because remember, you need to have a way to play these things. Getting a copy of Duck Hunt will cost you, by itself, will cost you between $5 and $10 for a loose cart. The pack-in carts, it varies. I know Mario Duck Hunts for some reason are like $8 now. I remember when these were $1.99 or 99 cents. So yeah, get yourself a copy of Duck Hunt. If you have a CRT, you will have a blast. If not, find a CRT somewhere. Get that in your life. Because you need a CRT to play it. If not, you're just going to be sitting there staring at the screen, because you can't do anything with the controller. Unless you're the second player, and then you can drive the ducks around. But this has been the 8-Bit Animal. And I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow, LJN might be the true supervillain here, because this is downright dastardly.